Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to round 6 of 3x3BL. It is the final for the Women's League 2022, and today we are going to launch with the league format, after which we will be playing the knockouts tomorrow. And we have with us, after 5 exhilarating rounds, 6 teams who are going to battle it out for the champions title. And starting off today, we have Pool A, we have Kochi Stars, Coimbatore Spunkies, Ludhiana Queens, and Pool B have Delhi Divas, Pune Panthers, and Jaipur Regals. And they are going to be playing the league games today. And the first game will be played between Kochi Stars and Coimbatore Spunkies. But before we go on to the first game, I would like to thank our sponsors, without whom this would not have been possible. Thank you all for the volunteers as well, and the crew that's been working tirelessly to make this league a success. And coming back to our sponsors, a wholehearted thanks from all of us to you. Nivea, our apparel partner, Fortis Mohali, our medical partner, Red Bull, our energy drink partner, Wyndham Chandigarh Mohali, who's a hospitality and venue partner. Sirs, we love this venue and we would love to be back soon. Boxo Singh Sports Worldwide Private Limited, who's our name partner, My FM 94.3, which is our radio partner, and Sony Live, which is our broadcast partner. You are watching these games live on 3x3BL's YouTube channel, as well as FIBA's 3x3 YouTube channel. And you can follow us, like us, subscribe to our channel as well. And without much ado, let's bring on the teams. We invite the first team that is going to be playing today, two-time champion, Kochi Stars. And Kochi Stars being represented by Steffi, the Albatross Nixon, wearing jersey number 6. Vandana Arya wearing jersey number 10. Divyani Gangwal wearing jersey number 77. And Kanishka Dir. We now welcome Coimbatore Spunkies. The Coimbatore Spunkies being represented by Srividya Surya Shekhar, jersey number 7, Abala, jersey number 9, Hemangani Gamit, jersey number 13, and Geetu Anna Rahul wearing jersey number 14. Now it's time for the toss. I welcome both the captains. Guys, this is a unique coin. Gold on one side, black on one side. Go ahead and call it. And the Coimbatore Spunkies have won the toss and they will choose to inbound. Thank you very much, and may the best team win. Coming back to the commentary box, please get warmed up. The Kochi Stars being represented by number 6, Steffi Albatross Nixon, number 5, Kanishka Dir, Divyani Gangwal wearing number 77, and Vandana Arya wearing number 10. And the Coimbatore Spunkies are being represented by number 9, Abba Lad, number 14, Geetu Anna Rahul, number 13, Hemangani Gamit, and number 7, Srividya Surya Shekhar. This is going to be a start of an amazing day. We are going to have the league phase for the women now and the league phase for the men later on, wherein a combination of both the conferences will be playing. So today and tomorrow is going to be an absolute treat for all the basketball fans. We welcome you all. Thank you once again to all our sponsors. Nivea, our apparel partner. Fortis Mohali, medical partner. Red Bull, energy drink partner. Wyndham Chandigarh Mohali, hospitality and venue partner. Boxo Singh Sports Worldwide Private Limited, name partner. My FM 94.3 is a radio partner. Sony Live is a broadcast partner. And the game is about to begin. Coimbatore Spunkies will take the inbounds throw. Abalad to Srividya Suryashekhar, who drives in and misses the first layup. Little frustrating though, but she manages to save the ball back for her team. Abba dropping it to Geetu, but she couldn't hold it. This is Divyani Gangwal. Back to Kanishka. Kanishka to Steffi. Steffi turns around for a jumper. Abba to Srividya. Srividya to Abba once again. Abba spots up for a jumper. Rebound pulled down by Kanishka. Kanishka missed the last round, and it's a good thing she's back to bolster her team's efforts for the championship game. This round is super critical, and this is where they get to be crowned champions of this season. So they will be looking to pick up this first victory and go into the second game comfortably. Kanishka there sinks the first one, and that's a point for the Kochi Stars. Abalad rebounded by Kanishka once again, out to Divyani. Divyani drops it back to Steffi. Steffi turns around and off the glass. Steffi starts off fine, adding another point to her team. And this is Geetu, opening scores for the Spunkies, drilling away that shot off the glass. Divyani Gangwal fouled by Geetu. That's a neat jumper there by Divyani. Srividya on the free throw line. Sinks it. The second point for the Spunkies. Steffi back to Divyani. Kochi Stars, in fact, have won 2 of the 5 rounds that they have played. And on 2 occasions, they have been the runners-up. It was only in the last round that they didn't find themselves playing the final. That privilege was taken by the Delhi Divas and the Ludhiana Queens. Delhi Divas have picked up 3 titles already and 1 runners-up check. Kochi have been one of the most consistent teams. Srividya for a 2, and yes, that one's good. 4 apiece, 8:18 on the clock. Kanishka spots up. Now Steffi again, that's another opportunity for her. Missing it. Hemangani Gamit was quick to make sure that she picked it up from Steffi's hands and all the way to the hoop. A little high off the glass, not able to find the target. Divyani back again inside, but stealing it is Srividya. Srividya back again to Hemangani. Abba back to Hemangani. Stripped of the ball by Divyani Gangwal. Back again to Steffi. Steffi in traffic. Off the glass, a neat finish. Srividya spots up for a 2, a long one. Divyani with the rebound. Kanishka. Kochi did miss her services very much indeed in round 5. Steffi once more from an assist by Divyani Gangwal, adding the 6th point to her team's total. Geetu unable to find the hoop. And this time it is Steffi adding another to her team's total. Aba out to Srividya. Srividya spins, turns, loses the ball to Steffi. Vandana to Divyani. Divyani for a long attempt there, she couldn't make it. Abalad spots up for a jumper. You can see our league commissioner, Mr. Rohit Bakshi. 6 minutes 42 on the clock. This is a timeout. Both teams have picked up 2 fouls. Kochi Stars are up by just 3 points. The Spunkies will definitely need to see if they can pick a victory off here, if they need to ease the pressure going into the next game. Kochi Stars have shown a history of starting a tad slow and then keeping the momentum steady and making sure that they win games. Aba sinking both for a team picking up 2 points there. So that they are now just trailing by 1 point. Hemangani tries to go inside, but no, she's going to spot up from outside. Kanishka Dir. Divyani fouled by Hemangani. Divyani. Now the rebound is good for Divyani. Just been pretty consistent adding those points via the free throws. Free throws are what will finally add up and measure up, especially when it gets going very close. Aba ball stolen, intercepted rather by Kanishka. Kanishka drops it to Steffi. Steffi for a jumper, mid-range one, which is good, 9 points to them. Srividya spots up for a 2 from outside. Aba unable to sink it. Dropping it inside to Steffi, who puts it, buckets that one, fetching her the 10th point for her team. A lot must be told about Divyani and Kanishka, who do a lot of scut work for their team and making sure Steffi gets the ball where she needs it, when she needs it, pulling down those rebounds just as well as Steffi has been doing, especially when Steffi is marked heavily by a tall man or double teamed. These are the girls along with Vandana Arya who do the work for the team, workhorses we should say. Well stolen by Divyani Gangwal, but this time it's a turnover. She didn't expect that Steffi might not reach there in time. A missed pass. Vandana Arya coming in for Divyani. Geetu gets her team the 7th point. Splitting the defense, goes inside, missing it. Second opportunity, but this time that's good. Kanishka Dir adding the 12th point. Aba
almost losing it. Hemangani Gamit was quick. She saves it for her team. Abba with the ball. Spunky's ball. Kanishka did made sure that she had a piece of that, but did it go off Abba's leg? We'll have to wait and see. Or was it a clear touch? It is going to be Spunky's ball. Hemangani. Off target. This time ball rebounded by Kochi Stars. Kanishka. Hemangani and Kanishka. Kanishka stole the ball off Hemangani's hands there, and Vandana Arya for an attempt. And this is Kanishka with the floater. Makes it 13th point for them. 4 minutes 7 on the clock. Drops it deep inside to Geetu is Hemangani. She couldn't hold it. Vandana Arya with the ball for Steffi. Steffi could have taken that attempt, but she kicks it out to Kanishka. Posts up against Geetu, and a light touch there for Steffi. Sees them pick up that point. Geetu this time off the glass. Couldn't make it. Ball rebounded by Vandana Arya for the Stars. Spins, turns. Kanishka pulls up for a jumper. Geetu with the rebound and out to Hemangani. Hemangani splits. And yes, she makes it. And that's a timeout with 3 minutes 22 on the clock. Kochi Stars lead 14 to Coimbatore Spunkies trailing. They have 8. Divyani to Kanishka. Kanishka pushes her way to the hoop, but Srividya was there to make sure that she didn't have it easy, and the ball is now with the Spunkies. Hesitation moves by Hemangani out to Srividya. Srividya fumbles a bit, and that is the shot clock violation. 3 minutes 3 on the clock. Trailing by 6. It's not going to be easy for the Coimbatore Spunkies if they don't pick up a couple of twos quickly. But it seems like the ball possession is primarily with the Kochi Stars, and Kanishka, they having added that 15th point to her team's total, is not making it easy for the Spunkies. Abalad asking for a screen. Drops it to open man Srividya. Srividya spots up for a jumper, and she is accurate on point there, picking up the 9th point for her team. Divyani missing a mid-range jumper. Out to Hemangani. Hemangani, very well done there inside traffic, splitting the defense and laying one off the glass. Kanishka there for a 2 for Kochi. Rebound pulled down by Divyani. Divyani out to Vandana. Rebound pulled down by Srividya for her team. Hemangani this time with the ball. Hesitation move, splits inside, gives it back to Srividya. She's not able to make it, but the ball is now with the Kochi Stars. Kanishka there nails this one. The 16th point for the Kochi Stars coming up off that layup. Srividya Surya Shekhar with the reverse layup. It is a little too short. Spotting up for a jumper is Divyani Gangwal, who finds nothing but net and adding that 17th point. Hemangani thwarted from that reverse layup attempt by Divyani Gangwal. Great work on defense by Divyani. Vandana Arya steps back outside for a 2. It's an air ball. Trailing by 7, the Spunkies are not in great wicket there. They have a minute and 14 on the clock. They picked up 4 fouls already. Kochi Stars looking comfortably on top now with Geetu coming in. Steffi is also going to be checking in. Hemangani out for a breather. So is Kanishka. A point for the Spunkies there. Steffi. Divyani pulls up for a jumper, couldn't nail it. Steffi with the rebound in traffic. Geetu is there to get a piece of that. Srividya with the ball. Srividya spots up for a 2 and she sinks that. Spunkies have, it's 1 point, not 2, since she had a foot on the line. Steffi tries to put one up and draws a foul. So this is an opportunity for Steffi to add another point to the total, which is already at 18. We haven't seen Steffi get many of those free throw attempts. This is the first one for her. Abalad spotting up for a jumper and this one's good for them. That's 14 points to them. Kochi Stars need just 2 points to ice this, but they have just 5 seconds on the clock. They just have to run out the clock. And she does finish it almost on the buzzer. That is Divyani Gangwal giving Kochi Stars 2 more points to ice the game, 21-14. Great start for this Kochi Stars team. Divyani Gangwal on the buzzer. Very well done. Kochi Stars have a great start today. And these are the highlights. So going into the next game, they look comfortable right now. Pressure is on Spunkies. If they need to stay on longer, then they have to win the next game. And hope that the third team, Ludhiana Queens, come off with 2 losses. So it will be easier for the Spunkies to go into the semi-final. But Ludhiana Queens are no pushover. They have shown that they could rise to the occasion and perform very well indeed. In fact, Ludhiana Queens were the runners-up of round 5. And that was the end of the first game. Kochi Stars have beaten Coimbatore Spunkies and come off with the first game victory, scoring 21-14.
And the next game is going to be played between three-round champions Delhi Divas and round 2 runners-up Pune Panthers. Let's welcome the Delhi Divas. Huge round of applause, please. They're being represented by Raspreet the Fox Sidhu wearing jersey number 6, Khushi Alawat wearing jersey number 15, Ishika Chowdhury wearing jersey number 10 and Tavleen Bandal wearing jersey number 3. Now let's welcome the Pune Panthers. Smriti Radhakrishnan wearing jersey number 4, Durga Dharmadikari wearing jersey number 15, Priya Sharma wearing jersey number 10 and Nisha Kashyap wearing jersey number 11. Let's see what's going to happen between these two teams. Both teams have shown consistency and performed very well, welcoming both the captains to the floor. And may the best team win. Good luck to you, ladies. Give us a great game.
The Delhi Divas are being represented by number 15, Khushi Alawat, number 10, Ishika Chowdhury, number 6, Raspreet the Fox Sidhu, number 3, Tavleen Kaur Bandal, and the Pune Panthers wearing number 9, Durga Dharmadikari, number 15, Smriti Radhakrishnan, number 10, Priya Sharma, and number 11, Nisha Kashyap. Definitely a good game. Of course, we have a couple of injured players here. Not just a couple, in fact, we have quite a few are injured but playing like troopers, so that's going to be exciting. Ishika and Durga, in fact, had a collision in the last round and both of them needed to get it sorted and fixed. In fact, Ishika came out worse with several stitches and Durga was able to just get patched up. Of course, Pune Panthers are missing the services of their Spanish compatriot, Ari Gelly, who just underwent a ligament surgery and she's doing great thanks to all the efforts by our medical partners, Fortis Mahali, for providing her with the necessary medical attention that she required, and we're very thankful for them to have provided all the medical services for our players and making sure they are kept healthy and back on track. It'll be interesting to see if Delhi can come off with a 4-round victory this time and make sure that they are the champions of the season, or will the Pune Panthers disrupt their run and make sure they pull off a victory here, making the Delhi's run that much more difficult. We'll have to wait and watch. Stepping onto the floor for the Pune Panthers are Durga, Smriti and Priya Sharma. No, Smriti is going to come back a bit later. Nisha Kashyap is there in place. So it is going to be Ishika, Khushi and Raspreet. Ishika to Raspreet. Raspreet spotting up for a jumper. Hustling for the rebound. Raspreet and Durga get entangled. In fact, Raspreet has a couple of stitches as well. This team is all patched up, guys, trust me. With all that they're playing, Tavleen is playing with a tricky ankle there. Dropping it inside to Khushi. Khushi not able to make it, and that's Nisha with the rebound. Out to Durga. Durga for a 2. It's a little too short. Rebound pulled down by Priya Sharma. Priya being hustled on the defense there by Khushi and trying to get herself open and to the hoop is Nisha, unable to sink it. Raspreet has rebound, will take it out. She will reset, drop it to Tavleen, who pulls up for a jumper and sinks that one. That's the first point for the Divas. Spinning around, turning. Tavleen with the ball. Raspreet. Beautiful reverse layup there in traffic by the Fox. 8:53 on the clock. Pune Panthers are yet to register a point on the scoreboard for them. Divas have 2. Smriti Radhakrishnan checks in for Nisha Kashyap. Kushi is going to be sitting out for a bit for Delhi. Priya Sharma to Smriti. Dropping it to Durga. Durga tries to fake and go inside, loses the ball. Great defensive efforts by Ishika and Raspreet. Ishika out to Raspreet. Raspreet beats the first man, goes in, splits the defense, draws a foul, and she will go to the free throw line. Tavleen will come out and Kushi steps in for the Divas. Raspreet has had a phenomenal run in this season so far. She has led her team from inside and out, making sure that she extracted the best out of them. Exemplary leader on and off the floor. Nisha goes inside to the hoop. Oh yes, that was a tricky but good one there by Nisha. A last minute decision to hook it from the right side of the glass. First points for them. Raspreet with a 2. Divas have 5. Smriti Radhakrishnan with the rebound. She will turn around and try to score. No good, but she still has the ball. Neat assist by Smriti, but unfortunately Priya Sharma was unable to finish that. A great opportunity wasted. Smriti. Hesitation, moves to the hoop. Yes, and she has it. Nails the second point for the Panthers. Pulling up for a jumper is Ishika, fetching him another point. 6 points to the Divas. Smriti rushing inside, kicking it out. Priya Sharma off the glass gets a third point for the Panthers. Raspreet for a jumper. Oh yes, that one's good as well. The Fox adds another to 2 back-to-back 2s for Raspreet. Smriti out of bounds. Great work there by both the teams, keeping the pressure on the defensive end and managing to perform well offensively for the Divas, in fact. But the Pune Panthers are not too far behind by score. They are down by 5. And this is Raspreet with the third back-to-back 2s. Stolen by Tavleen. Tavleen drops it to Kushi. Kushi for a jumper. 10 points to the Divas. Panthers trailing by 7. We are yet to see Durga Dharmadikari go on a shooting spree. She's not had too much luck so far. 6:53 on the clock, and the Delhi Divas are looking fairly comfortable there, especially with the 3 back-to-back 2s that have come off Raspreet Sidhu. In fact, she did also go to the free throw line, draw those fouls as well. So Raspreet has been someone who's been adding a lot of points. We see a couple of little ones here who are watching the game and enjoying it. Surely, let's hope that these kids will take to this sport, and soon enough we might see them representing at whatever level that their potential takes them to be. Wishing them our very best. A lot of love from the league to all our fans and supporters. Durga. Yes, that was a tough one with the challenge on her, but then she did manage to pick it up, and that's a good start for her. Hopefully, she will be able to launch several more points to help her team. Raspreet in traffic. 3 men on her, but she did manage to drive inside, pick up that foul. Now she will go to the free throw line. Misses a first one and hustles there for the rebound. Ball is out of bounds. 6 minutes 38 on the clock. Raspreet missing it, but Nisha Kashyap with the rebound, spots up for a jumper, not able to make it. There's a hustle there. The ball is out of bounds. It's going to be Delhi ball. Ishika. Kushi to Raspreet. Goes inside, drives all the way to the hoop and one off the glass. A light touch there. That's the 11th point for them. Durga's is a little too short. Panthers trail by 7 points. Durga tries to take it to the hoop. Oh, yes, she does. Adds one. Scoops it off her left hand. A single left-handed layup. No assistance there. Raspreet was on her. This time Raspreet with the ball. Kicks it out to Tavleen. Tavleen back again in traffic. Little too short. That's Nisha Kashyap with the ball. Back to Durga Dharmadikari, who launches a two. Unable to make it. Rebound pulled down by Tavleen Bandal. Tavleen outside to Raspreet. Spinning in traffic, but she will pull up for a jumper. A little too short. Durga with the ball for the Panthers will go inside. Yes, she does exactly what I thought she would do. A hook layup there and nothing but net for Durga. They now trail by 5. All they need are a few twos to close the gap, but Tavleen with that attempt unable to make it. Nisha Kashyap back again to Smriti. Smriti this time off the glass. The 7th point for the Panthers coming. Right now the Panthers are on a roll, although they are picking up those singles instead of the twos that Delhi have been so easily pulling. And this is Raspreet once more with that tough contested shot off the glass, sinking it. Divas have 12 points. Raspreet nails that one as well. 13-7. Smriti Radhakrishnan turns around, puts one off the glass. It's going to be Delhi's ball. Ishika Chowdhury will take the inbounds. And that's Raspreet pulling off for another two. She's not able to make it. Picks up her own rebound. Uses a screen. Drops it to the open man in Tavleen Bandal, who is not able to make it. Now Priya Sharma with the rebound for the Panthers, but she will spot up for a two. She pulls her own rebound once again, but challenged there by Tavleen. Tavleen does a phenomenal job under the boards of pulling down those rebounds and making those interceptions. Makes it look like she does it with ease. This is the Fox nailing that two. Once more, Raspreet has about 4 to 5 twos in this. Phenomenal game by Raspreet. Durga Dharmadikari picks it up and launches a jump shot, but that one's no good. It's a little too short. Smriti Radhakrishnan, 4 minutes 5 on the clock, but that's a whistle there, and it is going to be Delhi ball. Tavleen turns around. Off the glass. Sinks it. That's a 16th point for them. Nisha Kashyap. Back again to the Delhi Divas. Tavleen splitting the defense there. Almost losing it. Kushi gets the ball to Ishika. Ishika not on target. Priya Sharma needs some assistance there, but unable to find the open man. That's Durga Dharmadikari for a two for the Panthers, and she nails it. That's a 10th point for the Panthers. They trail by 6. 3 minutes 26 on the clock. Raspreet Sidhu checks in for Tavleen. 3 fouls to the Panthers. Delhi Divas are looking strong, especially with their ability to put up those twos. And Raspreet has been phenomenal for her team because she's not just had 3 twos, she's had almost 4 to 5 twos, and then she's been adding those singles and going routinely to the free throw line as well and picking up those fouls. Ishika with the jumper, rebounded by Priya Sharma. Durga takes it to the hoop, loses the ball, and Raspreet for sure had something to do with that. Checking in for Ishika is Tavleen Bandal. 3:14 on the clock. A hesitation move there. And she lets loose a 2, but this time it is way too short. In fact, it's an air ball. In fact, it's not even short. Too much mustard on that one. 3 minutes 6 on the clock. Raspreet. Back to Kushi. Turning around. Spinning, moving. Raspreet spinning in traffic. Smriti was there to concede that foul. It's going to be Delhi ball. Delhi are looking at 5 points to ice this game and pull off their first game victory against the Panthers, who've not been a pushover so far. Ishika with the jumper. Ball rebounded by Nisha. Smriti launches a long 2. It's an air ball, completely off target. The Panthers have picked up 5 fouls already, and that's not looking good because this is going to start working in Diva's favour if they concede a couple more. And that is Raspreet nailing her 5th 2. 18 points to the Fox and her team. Smriti turns around, scoops it in, off the glass. Beautifully done. Still trailing by 7. Durga back again to Priya. Priya for a 2. Off target. Raspreet pulls down the rebound. Raspreet to Kushi. Kushi to Ishika for a jumper. And Ishika's jumper is clean. 19 points to them. Durga drops it to Smriti. Gets it back and off the glass. She's not able to make it. That was a great move there though. And this time Raspreet needs just 2 more to ice this. Will she attempt a 2 or pick it off by adding 2 singles? Raspreet for a 2. Hits the front of the ring. Bounces out. Ishika gets a rebound. Gives it to Kushi. Kushi kicks it out to Raspreet. Raspreet inside dropping it to Kushi. Kushi for a jumper. Sinks that. Brings them their 20th point. All they need is 1 more. Smriti Radhakrishnan taking it to the hoop. Drives in. Kicks it out to Priya Sharma, who has a neat clean jumper, adding the 12th point to the Panthers. Delhi Divas need just 1. Raspreet this time with the ball, asking for a screen. Drops it inside to Kushi. Kushi near the glass, missing that jumper. That's an air ball. And that's Durga Dharmadhikari fighting valiantly, but that's got too much juice on it. Goes out of bounds. Yet the Delhi Divas seem to have touched it in the end. We'll have to wait and see. 59.3 on the clock, and the Delhi Divas are so close to pulling off their first game victory in round 6 of 3BL's Women's League 2022. Raspreet Sidhu dropping it back to Tavleen Bandal, who finds a way and draws a foul, and she will go to the free throw line. And this might just be an opportunity for Tavleen to sink this free throw and fetch them the winning point. Well, they'll have to wait a few seconds longer to finish this, or they're going to have to run out the clock. Which one is it going to be? Remains to be seen. But Kushi has the ball back again to Raspreet. Raspreet launching a 2. Missing it. Rebound pulled down by Kushi. Kushi back again to Raspreet. Raspreet finding the open man in Tavleen, and that does the job. 21-12 is the final score. Delhi Divas have pulled up a first game victory over the Pune Panthers, and they will be moving on very comfortably to face their next opponent, who will be the Jaipur Regals in the 6th game today. Great effort by Delhi Divas. The Pune Panthers picked up ones, whereas Delhi Divas were in a tearing hurry, dropping those twos. Nearly 5 to 6 twos for the Delhi Divas, and the rest of them were just single pointers. Khushi Alawat playing like a trooper after the injuries she sustained in round 5 by putting up those jumpers and playing a great defense. This Delhi team has been one of the most consistent in the league along with Kochi Stars, and they have systematically and clinically played it to perfection, making sure they pulled off those victories as and when required. It's no mean feat to be a champion for 3 rounds out of 5, and also make sure that they had a runners-up check in one of the rounds as well. So they have done very well for themselves, whereas the Kochi Stars have won 2 rounds and been runners-up in 2 as well. So these 2 teams are looking solid in the league right now. To dethrone them will take a lot out of the other teams. Much deserved victories though. You're watching the highlights. And the final score between the Delhi Divas and Pune Panthers reached 21-12. A great game it was. And the next one will be played between Ludhiana Queens and Coimbatore Spunkies.
What a great game that was. Delhi Divas systematically pulling off that victory from Pune Panthers, 21-12. The next league game is going to be played between Ludhiana Queens, who are coming in for their first game today, and the Coimbatore Spunkies, who are back for their second game. Must-win game for the Coimbatore Spunkies. Now we're ready to welcome both the teams. Let's welcome the Ludhiana Queens. They're being represented by Kanishka Singh Rajawat wearing jersey number 94, Kritika Dhingra wearing jersey number 9, Priya Goswami wearing jersey number 4, and Kavya Singla. Of course, they're missing the services of Anmol Preet Pannu, but this team has done very well for themselves. And let's welcome the Coimbatore Spunkies now. Represented by Srividya Surya Shekhar wearing jersey number 7, Abalad wearing jersey number 9, Hemangani Gamit wearing jersey number 13, and Geetu Anna Rahul wearing jersey number 14. Must-win team for these divas, these ladies from down south. Let's see how that goes. Let's welcome both the captains for the toss. And may the best team win. Have a good game, ladies, and give us a great show of basketball.
Ludhiana Queens being represented by Kritika Dhingra wearing jersey number 9, number 94 Kanika Singh Rajawat, number 7 Kavya Singla, number 4 Priya Goswami. They will be going up against Coimbatore Spunkies, who have lost the first game to Kochi Stars. They will be represented by number 9 Abalad, number 14 Geetu Anna Rahul, number 13 Hemangani Gamit, and number 7 Srividya Surya Shekhar. In fact, like we said earlier, must-win game for the Spunkies. They need, really need to pick up this victory to ensure that they stay on in the league a little bit longer. But will the Ludhiana Queens allow them to do so? Remains to be seen. The Ludhiana Queens did in fact become the runners-up of round 5. They came pretty strongly and they performed very well. Kudos to them. But the Coimbatore Spunkies will have to play with a lot of spunk now to see if they can push the Queens over to the edge and make sure they come off on top this time. On the floor is Abalad, Srividya and Geetu for the Spunkies, while we have Kanika Rajawat, Kritika Dingra and Kavya Singla for the Ludhiana Queens. Kavya with the early possession and pulling up for a jumper is Kavya. She has an air ball. 7 seconds into the game. Kritika Dingra to Kritika. Kritika sinks one. Both teams level with one apiece. Abba drops it to Srividya. Srividya launching a hook shot, but that was not on target. Srividya this time for a 2. Kavya pulls down the rebound, gives it out to Kanika. Kanika drops it back to Kavya. Kavya going up against Geetu. A reverse layup off the glass, and this one is good for Kavya Singla for the Ludhiana Queens, adding the second point. Abalad. Abba. Srividya Suryashekhar to Abba. Nice one there. Kritika Dingra to Kanika. Kritika unable to make that. Srividya unable to make it. Abalad to Geetu. Geetu, an easy one that she missed the first attempt. Second attempt is also not good. Very, very frustrating there to miss these attempts. But this time it's Kanika. Kanika was checked there. That was by Srividya Suryashekhar. A foul has been called. 8 minutes 13 into the clock. Remaining in the clock. No, it is going to be a side throw. No foul there. Good defensive efforts. Great defensive efforts because they managed to push the Queens into a shot clock violation. Hemangani to Srividya. Srividya drops it to Geetu. Geetu sinks one, giving them the second point and leveling scores this time. And that is Priya Goswami. Hemangani Gamet dropping it to Geetu. Geetu in traffic. A tough one there. Kavya was there to make sure it wasn't easy. Geetu unable to hold on to it. 7 minutes 45 remain on the clock. Priya Goswami dropping it inside. Gets it back. That extra pass. Maybe Kavya could gone for it herself. But a couple of extra passes inside to the open man. Kavya managed to draw a foul and she will go to the free throw line. And she misses that one. Kanika is unable to put it. Hemangani pulls down the rebound and takes it away. Tries to go inside, split the defense, finds the open man in Geetu. Geetu for one. She's not able to find it, but that's Kanika Singh Rajawat who saves it and brings it out for Ludhiana. And a tough one there, high off the glass with a scoop layup there, and she nails that one for her team, giving them the 4th point. Abalad out to Hemangani. Hemangani for a 2. In and out. Priya Goswami kicks it out to Kanika. Kanika unchallenged there for a 2. And yes, that one's good. 6 points to the Queens, and the Spunkies have just 2 on the board. They are going to have to crawl their way in and start adding those points up. 3 minutes down. A lot of time to go, but the Coimbatore Spunkies will have to play with a sense of urgency and make sure that the Ludhiana Queens don't add to their scoreboard and take this lead away from them. It's got to be within striking distance, if at all. Srividya to Hemangani. Hemangani splits the defense, draws a foul. Shot attempt won't count. And that's a timeout, 6:51 on the clock. The Queens lead by 4. 6-2 is the score in favour of the Queens. And that's Hemangani to Srividya. Srividya Suryashekhar takes it all the way to the hoop and she draws a foul. That's Kavya Singla who had a piece of that. But it was only the ball. Well done, great defensive efforts. It's Abalad. Srividya tries to find the open man in Hemangani. Hemangani tries to take it inside. High off the glass and she nails that one. 3rd point. Priya Goswami. And that foul is going to fetch Priya Goswami a shot at sinking a free throw. Geetu Anna Rahul turns around, unable to sink that, kicks it out. And this is Kritika Dhingra who forces her way in and lays a light layup off the glass and picking up that 8th point for her team. Hemangani Gamit, oh yes, but unable to nail it. And this bucket is good from Kritika Dhingra. 2 points to her. The Queens have 10 now. And checking in for Priya Goswami is Kanika Singh Rajawat for the Queens. Abalad. Off a screen set by Geetu. Giving it out to Srividya. Srividya for a 2. Kritika drops it to Kavya. Gets it back. Attempts one. Abba picks up the rebound for the Spunkies. Geetu with the ball. And Kritika Dhingra was quick to make sure that it wasn't easy. Srividya, this is another 2 for the Spunkies. Kritika attempts a 2 of her own. Kavya turns around for a jumper. Rebounded by Geetu. Geetu to Abba. Abba back again to Srividya. Kritika will take it inside and attempt that shot and ask for a foul, but no foul there. And that is Kavya who managed to turn around and drop it down. It's 11 points for the Queens. 4 minutes 52 on the clock. Tries to drop it in traffic to Kavya, and Kavya did manage to save it, and a nice jumper there for Kavya Singla, and the Queens pick up their 12th point. Spunky's ball. Hemangani Gamit for a long 2. Heck no! High off the glass, but Abalad was there to pick it up and with a reverse layup, lay one in for her team. Hemangani Gamit, but nope, a little too short, in fact, nowhere near the ring. Turns around, Kritika Dhingra. Rebound pulled down by Srividya. Ball is out of bounds. 4 minutes 14 remain. Spunkies trail by 6. If Srividya can add a few more 2s to the scoreboard and keep it within striking distance, they could make a game out of this. The ones are not enough. They don't have the luxury of just picking up those ones because it's a 6-point ball game and 4 minutes 11 on the clock. Each point that they take is a struggle, so it's not going to be easy to make up. Kavya Singla. Abba picks up the 7th point for the Spunkies. Priya Goswami out to Kanika. Kanika loses the ball, so it is going to be Coimbatore ball. 4 minutes and 2 on the clock. Srividya steps in. Beautiful footwork there to pick up that point for the Spunkies. Drops it to Kavya. Kavya off the glass. That's a 13th point for them. The Ludhiana Queens are ensuring that they still have some ways to go and not catch up that easily. That's exactly what the Queens are doing. They're not trying to match them at least point for point while adding more of their own. Spunkies are now trailing by 5. And that's a time of 3 minutes 38 on the clock. Both teams have 2 apiece. Fouls. And 13 points to the Queens while Spunkies have 8. Dropping it to Geetu. Geetu is challenged by Kavya Singla. Nothing but ball for Kavya. In fact, very well done by Kavya Singla to pick it off from Geetu's hands and turns around. She drops one in and adds the 14th point to the Queens. Kavya and they find the open man in Priya Goswami, but she couldn't make it. That was a great pass there. Good look by Kritika Dhingra to find the open man. But Priya Goswami at least picked up the foul in the process and will go to the free throw line. Srividya is unhappy with the call. And Priya Goswami sinks it. 15 points to the Queens. Srividya for a 2, hits a front ring, comes out. Priya Goswami and Abalad in a tussle for the ball possession. Abba drops it inside to Geetu. Geetu back again to Abba, and Abba has a nice reverse layup there. The 9th point coming for them. Kritika Dhingra to Priya Goswami. She's open for a jumper but chooses to drop it to Kavya Singla, who had an air ball there. Pulls a rebound and no look pass behind over her head back to Kritika. Priya Goswami once again, but Abalad is quick to take the rebound. 2:36 on the clock. Drops it to open man Geetu, but Kavya Singla had a piece of that and made sure that Kritika got it. And this time back again to Kavya, and Kavya got an easy finger roll there near the basket. Picking up the 16th point. Abba pulls up for a jumper. Picks up her own rebound, goes after it. Another attempt to her. Priya Goswami kicks it out to Kritika Dhingra. Kritika for a 2. Srividya Surya Shekhar. Kavya Singla out to Kritika. Kritika to Priya. Back again to Kritika. Nice exchange there, but unable to convert. The Queens now have relinquished possession to the Spunkies. Abba spins, tries to split the D, goes inside. Kavya's there to pick it off the air. She couldn't even put it up against the glass. So Kavya this time off the glass for her team's 17th point. Srividya to Geetu. Gets it back, attempts a 2. Abba for the rebound for the Spunkies. Geetu unable to make it. Kritika drills a 2 for her team, gives them the 19th point. Minute and 12 remain. Trailing by 10. Definitely the Spunkies don't look like they're going to be able to make up for this, and this might be the last game in the season for them. Minute and 5 on the clock. Abba Lad takes it all the way inside. Kanika Singh Rajawat with the rebound, back again to Kritika. Kritika spots up for a 2, and that one is nothing but net. That's 21-9 in favor of Ludhiana Queens, and they have eliminated the Coimbatore Spunkies from the league. And their journey in this is the first team to be eliminated, and the Coimbatore Spunkies journey in Women's League 2022 has come to an end. They did have a few good moments, a few highlight moments as well, but kudos to them. Ludhiana Queens, on the contrary, seem to have blossomed and found their strength with every passing game. And in fact, so much so that last round they were the runners-up. Today is a new day, a start of a new round, and the first game is good for the Ludhiana Queens. Will they be able to sustain this momentum and see if they can win this round? We'll have to wait and see. Today you are watching day 1 of the final round for the Women's League 2022 of 3x3BL, and you're watching it live on 3x3BL's YouTube channel and FIBA 3x3 channel. Today we will have the league phase of the Women's League, and tomorrow we will have the knockout phase, and this afternoon we will be back again with the league phase of the men's conferences, which are now united and combined. So we will have 12 riveting games from the men's league, and tomorrow we will come back to you with the knockout and the final rounds for both these genders, morning and evening. So folks, 2 days of exciting action up ahead. Keep tuning in and enjoying the games live from our YouTube channel as well as Sony Live. These are the highlights. Kritika Dhingra had about 3 twos or so to her credit, and she made sure that she made it all matter. And the Ludhiana Queens eliminate the Coimbatore Spunkies from going forward with 29-9. And that is the end of Coimbatore Spunkies' run in this league. And the next game, we will be back in a few minutes after a short break, in fact, with the Jaipur Regals and the Pune Panthers.
It all started with a group of boys playing basketball. It all started with the passion they had for basketball. It all started with Mr. Rohit Bakshi wanted to do something for the country, wanted to do something for the kids who love sports, but they don't have a platform to perform it for a longer run. So the vision started of making children play such a game which could make you a better human being, and it does, physically and mentally. Seeing the talent in all parts of India, like be it south, be it north, when we saw that there is a talent, but we are not aware of it, and there is much more than we think of, much more than we know of. I think bringing a sport like basketball is is anyways a tough job, and bringing up a league and getting everybody together makes it much more difficult. Basketball is played more by boys, so it started with boys league. It didn't start with women's. Women's was introduced last season, and this is the second season for women's league. Initially, we didn't have that much support we thought we would have. Introducing something, telling what it is, and then convincing them, then help our country, help our generation, help our kids. Joining hands with a private organization, doing anything like that, it takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of convincing. So that is a second milestone we achieved, getting that government or bodies along with us. So first thing was that it was a new sport. Nobody was aware of it. That was a big challenge. And today, when we talk to people about game, they only know like 5-on-5. There are so many of them. We had to start with what is 3x3 and how it's played. So that's the first challenge we had to overcome, that create awareness about 3x3. 3 words that come to my mind would be quick, entertaining, and fast.
We planned it really well, and now we are here in Chandigarh with our perfect setup. We started Women's League in 2019, and the purpose of starting was again take India to Olympic. Men's have a different ranking system, women's have a different ranking system, and to take India on Olympic, women's, because there is no such a league in basketball, even the 3x3 for women, I realized back in 2018 that there is a lot of opportunity for women. So that's why we have a league and grow the number of teams. So in next season, we will have 12 women's team. The difference between 3x3 and 5-on-5 is there are a lot of differences, such as, let me start with the timing. So in 3x3, we only have 10 minutes. In 5-on-5 is a 40 minutes game. In 5-on-5, they use 7-size ball, whereas in 3x3, we use 6-size ball with a 7-size weight. This actually makes a player to dribble better because of the grip, shoot better, pass better. Because of that, game is more engaging, there's a more score happening, so it becomes more entertaining. And 3x3 has a knockout. So the rule is either 10 minutes or 21 points, whichever comes first. And by the end of 10 minutes, whoever has the highest score wins, or 21 points under 10 minutes. And 3x3 does not have a personal foul compared to 5-on-5, but it has a team fouls. So in reality, in 3x3, you could foul as much as you want, but obviously that becomes a team's problem, not an individual problem. So you won't get eliminated by fouling too much. And as a player who has played both formats, I realize everything that you do in 3x3 is a lot faster than 5-on-5. Starting with the playing, starting with even with a refereeship, and also the camera work. So the structure is, in the men's team, we have 12 teams in men's. We have divided into 2 groups of Conference A and Conference B. Now, day 1 is a Conference A, day 2 is a Conference B. Each conference is divided in 6 teams, and the 6 teams are divided into 2 groups of 3. They have a league matches. They play within their group, and the top 2 teams goes to semi-final and the final. Each round and each conference has a champion. Those are counted as a FIBA points, and as well as we give them a team 3BL points. At the end of round 5, whoever has the highest point and highest ranking will be allocated to round 6, which is our final. The final round is going to be combined of all 12 teams. This would be divided 3 teams divided into 4 groups, and they will play with each other. Top 2 teams will go to the day 2. Top 8 teams, starting from a quarterfinal, they will play as a knockout. So it will be a league round robin on the day 1 on the final, and the knockout on the day 2. And we'll decide a league champion and a league MVP.
The basketball rules very clearly state that if a player is having the ball in their hands, and if a defensive player strikes the hand of the player who is holding the ball, this is not a foul. So players in their anxiety try to claim for a foul so that they don't want to lose a very crucial possession. I'll repeat this once again. If a player is holding a ball and a defensive player strikes the hand of the player, the palm which is holding the ball, this is not a foul. But players tend to claim a foul because if they have lost position, they would like to get the ball in their for them, in their favor. The hand checking was definitely there, but then at that time the ball was not in the hands of the player. So this is what a player should be able to judge, at what time the contact occurred, and by that contact whether any advantage situation has been got by their opponents. Players have to play their game naturally. They should try to avoid trying to claim a foul, because like I said, that there are contacts, but every contact cannot be called a foul. So if a player is definitely moving towards the basket, the progression is towards the basket, and there is an obstruction, there is an advantage which is got by the player who is not permitting an opponent, an offensive player with the ball going towards the basket, this will definitely be called a foul. So this is where a player has to be able to identify whether they are right in claiming a foul. I do agree, because every player in their anxiety would like that the decision comes in their favor. But then we as referees, we play a neutral role. We identify those situations which need to be compulsory called as a foul, so that the flow of the game is not interrupted. No team gets an advantage. No player is at a disadvantage. So this is what is the focus on which we will be doing our officiating in the remaining part of the event also.
Welcome back to round 6 of 3x3BL's Women's League 2022. You're now watching the league games, and the next game is going to be played between Jaipur Regals and Pune Panthers. Jaipur Regals are coming off for a fresh start with their first game, while the Pune Panthers have battled a loss earlier on, and it's a must-win game for them. Get ready to welcome both the teams. We invite the Jaipur Regals to make a stately appearance onto the floor. Anita Poldure wearing jersey number 15, Lekhna Hegde wearing jersey number 10, Nishita Dadich wearing jersey number 8, and Shaili Upadhyay wearing jersey number 9. And now let's welcome the Pune Panthers. Smriti Radhakrishnan wearing jersey number 4, Durga Dharmadikari wearing jersey number 15, Priya Sharma wearing jersey number 10, and Nisha Kashyap wearing jersey number 11. Now we welcome both the captains to come forward for the toss. Ladies, have a good game. May the best team win. Bring it on, guys.
And the Jaipur Regals are going to be represented by number 10, Lekhna Hegde. Number 7, Yeri Sangma is not there, but instead we have Anita Poldure wearing jersey number 15, and we have Nishita Dadich wearing jersey number 8, and Shaili Upadhyay wearing jersey number 9. Going up against them is Pune Panthers. Number 15 is Durga Dharmadikari, Smriti Radhakrishnan with number 4, Priya Sharma wearing jersey number 10, and Nisha Kashyap wearing jersey number 11. Pune Panthers had an early loss today to Delhi Divas, and must-win game for them. And that is the start of the game. Durga Dharmadikari for 2. Priya Sharma pulls down the rebound. Rebound pulled down by Nishita. This is Anita Poldure. Turns around for a jumper. That one is good by Nisha for her team. Fetching the first point for the Regals. And losing it there. Good defensive efforts by Lekhna Hegde. Lekhna to Nishita. Jumper no good. Durga gets the rebound, gives it to Smriti. Smriti for a 2. And that's the first one for Smriti. And that too, a 2. Anita spins, turns, tries to find the open man, but gives it to Lekhna instead. And that is a shot clock violation. Panthers have 2 to Regals 1. 8:52 on the clock. Turning around off the glass, that is Smriti Radhakrishnan adding a 3rd point. Ball is out of bounds. It is going to be Pune ball. Smriti to Priya. Turns around in traffic, kicks it out to Smriti. Smriti for a jumper. Yes, that one is good. The 4th point for the Panthers. This time, Anita Poldure launching a 2. Rebounded by Lekhna. Lekhna to Shaili. Shaili back to Anita. Anita for a 2 again. Won't go in. Smriti with the rebound, pulls it down. Gives it to Durga. Durga for a 2. And that's Durga Dharmadikari for a free throw. And two has been attempted, no good, but this time Nishita picks up. Durga Dharmadikari to the hoop. Picks up a foul in the process. Will go to the free throw line with an opportunity to keep adding a point to their total. Panthers lead by 3. Durga misses that one. Rebound pull down. Lekna has it. Lekna to Anita. Anita back again to Lekna. Lekna with a jumper there. Not able to make it. It was a floater which couldn't go. Durga this time once again tries to spin inside in traffic. Kicks it out to the open man. Smriti. Smriti launching a 2. And this time it hits a ring and out. Anita is out of bounds. And even she's amused by that gaff. 7 minutes 5 on the clock. Anita, the annihilator, Paul Dure, has been a pale shade of her former self, and she's been battling and struggling with calf injuries, and which has not been making her lot easier on the floor, but she is trying to battle it out and be a team leader for her team. And that's Durga Dharmadikari splitting the defense. A difficult one off the glass, high off the glass, kisses the board and drops in. Shaili Upadhyay. Oh yes, she does. In traffic. Well done by Shaili. Trailing by 3 are the Regals. Panthers have 6. And the Regals have just 3. 6 minutes 39 on the clock. But the Regals have already picked up 3 fouls, and that could be a problem to them. If they keep going at this pace, they're going to be dishing out free throws. That's Shaili Upadhyay all the way to the hoop, and yes, that one's good. 4 points to the Regals. Panthers are up by 2. Smriti Radhakrishnan pulls up for a jumper and drops that one in. Another bucket for her. That is 7 points for the Panthers. And that's Lekna, who gets tangled up with Smriti but still tries to launch one. No foul there. No harm done. Durga Dharmadikari picks it up and drops one in for the Panthers. 4-point difference. Smriti Radhakrishnan this time making it a 5-point difference with the layup. Shaili unable to make it. Pulled down by Priya Sharma and out to Durga. Rebound this time with Nishita. Nishita to Shaili. Shaili in traffic. Loses the ball to Durga. Great defensive work there by Durga Dharmadikari. And another left-handed scoop layup for Durga off the glass. 6-point difference right now. Durga once again chasing after it. Make sure she gets another opportunity but couldn't make it. This time Lekna Hegde for a 2, and that's good. Regals have 6 now, trailing by 4. This time finding the open man in traffic is Smriti to Priya. Priya couldn't make it. Lekna pulled down the rebound and gave it back to Shaili. Shaili taking it to the left. A pump fake there. Back out to Lekna. Lekna has another opportunity for a 2. Oh yes! 2 back-to-back 2s for Lekna Hegde of Regals. They trail by just 2. Smriti Radhakrishnan couldn't make it, and rebound with Shaili. Once again, Lekhna hits the front of the ring. Definitely not third time lucky, but Durga this time pulling up for it too. Oh, good! She is going to reply as well. Two more. So raining twos all of a sudden. Panthers have 12, Regals have 8. Nishita, Lekhna and Anita in. Shaili will sit out for a bit. And a timeout has been called, 4 minutes 25 on the clock. Regals have managed to stay with just 3 fouls and not concede any further fouls. Two very valuable back-to-back twos by Lekhna ensured that they are keeping it within striking distance. They need more of this if they need to pull off a first game victory and go into the next game looking a little comfortable. Pune Panthers, like we said, it's a must-win game for them. Ball rebounded and put back inside. That is Anita Poldure adding the 9th point. Smriti turns around in traffic, gives it out to open man behind her with a no-look pass to Priya. Priya back again. Couldn't Smriti with the ball and she drew a foul. Durga Dharmadhikari with a nice layup there and adding the 13th point. Replying there is Anita, the annihilator, with 2 of her own. Durga's hits the front of the ring, but she gets the rebound, goes inside, brings it out all around and finds the open man in Smriti. Smriti lets loose 2, which is completely off target. Lekhna drops it inside but stolen by Priya Sharma. Durga all the way to the hoop. Couldn't sink it. Ball is out of bounds. 3 minutes 31 on the clock. Trailing by just 2 points. The Regals try to make sure that they get the upper hand and quickly. Hustling there for the ball. This is the Regals ball. Finding the open man in Lekhna outside. And yes, that's a third 2 for Lekhna. Scores are level. And Durga's is an air ball and rebound taken by Nishita of Regals. Anita Poldure goes in for a layup and she drives in traffic. Nails that bucket. Picking up the 14th point. The first lead in the game so far for the Regals. Anita is not happy with the call. 3 minutes and 2 on the clock. They have picked up their 4th foul. That's 3 invaluable 2s for Lekhna Hegde. Anita had a 2 of her own and kept adding a couple of 1s from inside. Rounding up the team for a huddle, Smriti Radhakrishnan is ensuring that she will try to collectively get her team going. And you can see Nishita is now being treated for a cut she has received in the game. Kudos to our physiotherapists and our medical partners, which is Fortis Mohali, for taking care. This is pretty much a common injury that we are seeing amid the girls' team's split eyebrows there, and they're playing like troopers and dealing with it. Such champs. We'd like to take a moment to thank our sponsors. Nivea, who's our apparel partner. Fortis Mohali is our medical partner. Red Bull is our energy drink partner. Wyndham Chandigarh Mohali is a hospitality and venue partner. Boxo Singh Sports Worldwide Private Limited is our name partner. My FM 94.3 is our radio partner. And Sony Live is our broadcast partner. And that's Durga Dharmadhikari with a scoop that is way off target. Lekhna. Nope, this is an air ball. Girl, you had 3 good twos. Now's no time for an air ball. .252 on the clock, and the Regals have a 1-point lead over the Panthers. Smriti setting a screen for her to go in, and she tries to dish it out in traffic, except that Priya Sharma wasn't there. It was all Regal girls. And a 2 for Anita, but nope, too much juice on that one. And this time Lekhna spotting up for a jumper from near the free throw line. That one's no good. Priya Sharma pulls down the rebound. Durga Dharmadhikari will try to take it inside, dishes it to Priya. Priya once again in traffic, almost losing it, but Durga was quick to take it, save it, and attempted 2, but that's no good. Ball saved by Anita Poldare for the Regals. It's a 1-point attempt there, and she gets it. 1 point to them, that's 15. And Durga for a 2. Ball is out of bounds. Durga for a 2, in and out. Not a friendly ring for sure. Anita to Lekhna. Lekhna will take it all the way to the hoop, but side of the glass. Dropping it inside to Smriti, but Anita was there to thwart that, pick it up, steal it, attempt, but nope. Durga with the rebound and an attempt of her own for, it's an air ball for the Panthers. This time Anita just lets it go out of bounds so she can inbound from the top. Minute and 30 on the clock. The Regals have a 2-point lead, and hopefully they will be able to retain it if they want to pull off a victory here. But the Pune Panthers must crawl their way into it if they want to stay alive a little longer in the league. Shaili to Anita. Anita spotting up for a long 2. Hits the ring out. Shaili with the ball. Chased down by Smriti. Smriti is hustling there, playing hard defense. Shaili back again to Nishita. Nishita almost shooting, and that is a shot clock violation, something that they should have called for a foul is what Anita believes. And yes, it was a very, very hard play there by Smriti, and Priya Sharma did not get noticed by the referees though. Certain indignation when such calls don't go. Durga Dharmadhikari draws a foul this time, and she will go to the free throw line. That's the 5th foul that the Regals have picked up. Can Durga sink this and bring their team within 1 point of the Regals? We must wait and see. Durga has played some solid basketball in this league this season. Misses that one. Anita dropping it to Nishita. Nishita to Lekhna. Anita for 2, but couldn't make it. Lekhna. Another 2 for Lekhna. That's a 4th 2 for Lekhna. That's 17 points for them. 32 seconds on the clock. Lekhna has had a good run of 2s. 4 for them. Absolutely invaluable. good run by the Regals. Smriti. Back to Anita. 2 minutes, 2 seconds on the clock. And that is the final buzzer. And the Jaipur Regals have come out on top, winning their first game. But in the process, Pune Panthers are the second team to get eliminated from this league. And that's the end of their run. Very, very well done by this team. 18-13 is the final score. You can see the highlights here. Pune Panthers, in fact, were the runners-up in round 2. They had a really, really good run. Played hard ball. A deserving team. And this young lady, Durga Dharmadikari, has come into her own as a 3x3 player, doing everything that is required of her for the team, and she has discovered her strengths and weaknesses in the process and also developed so much ever since round 1 to where she is right now. An asset to have on any team. Durga Dharmadikari is one of the players that were found from the tryouts that were held all over the country by the 3x3BL. Lekhna's multiple twos and Anita's efforts of adding those twos and singles proved very, very valuable for the Regals, who were facing a drought for the past few rounds. But this is something that they can be proud of. They played pretty well. And the final score between both these teams, Jaipur Regals have iced the Pune Panthers and pushed them out of competition going forward. 18-13 is the score, and it has been a great performance. And the next game is going to be played between Kochi Stars and Ludhiana Queens.
What a game that was. Jaipur Regals having found a regal way of playing ball this time, ending a drought and coming back strong, having edged the Pune Panthers out of competition. Well done, Pune Panthers. You should feel proud of yourselves. You have done so well for yourselves. And the next game is going to be played between one of the most consistent teams on the league, Kochi Stars and Ludhiana Queens. Let's give them a big round of applause and welcome them. Announcing the entry of the Kochi Stars. Steffi Nixon wearing jersey number 6, Vandana Arya wearing jersey number 10, Divyani Gangwal wearing jersey number 77, and Kanishka Dir wearing jersey number 5. They are a full roster this time, and hopefully that is going to give them enough juice to face off against the Queens, who have been having a royal game in the past couple of rounds. The Ludhiana Queens. Kanishka Singh Rajawat wearing jersey number 94, Kritika Dingra wearing jersey number 9, Priya Goswami wearing jersey number 4, and Kavya Singla. Now it's time for the toss, and we welcome both the captains. All right, ladies, bring on your best game and let's play ball.
The Kochi Stars being represented by number 6, Steffi the Albatross Nixon, number 5, Kanishka Dev, number 77, Divyani Gangwal, and number 10, Vandana Arya. They will be facing off against Ludhiana Queens. Number 9, Kritika Dingra, wearing jersey number, of course, number 9. And number 94, Kanika Singh Rajawat. Number 7, Kavya Singla. And number 4, Priya Goswami. Both teams are coming off first round victories. So, Kochi Stars and Ludhiana have already qualified to play in the semi-final, as have Delhi Divas and Jaipur Regals. Just a matter of now who is going to top the pools. That's all there is to it. The two teams that have been eliminated from the league going forward in this final round are the Coimbatore Spunkies and Pune Panthers. Their run has ended, and very well done by these young ladies. The Stars will be represented on the floor at the tip by Kanishka, Divyani and Steffi, while Kavya, Priya and Kritika will take the floor for the Queens. And that's Kritika pulling up for a jumper, and the ball once again rebounded by them. Steffi makes sure she has the rebound for the Stars, and Kanishka spins and tries to create some space and lets loose, but it is out of bounds. 9 minutes 40 on the clock remaining. Divyani has checked in. Priya Goswami out to Kritika. Kritika had a few twos to her credit, and that was invaluable for her team. And opening scores for the Queens this time is Kavya Singla with that jumper. Steffi challenged there, but couldn't make it. Kavya Singla pulls down the rebound and gives it out to Kritika. Kritika couldn't make it. Ball rebounded by Kanishka Dhir. Splitting the defense to the hoop of the glass. Nope, not there. Not good enough. But Divyani Gangwal is there again for her team, doing the scut work. Ball is out of bounds. The Queens have picked up one. Coming in for Kritika is Kanika Singh Rajawat. Tries to drop it in traffic, but the ball is out of bounds. And that is Kanika. And a foul has been conceded there. Priya Goswami for the first free throw of the game. Misses it. Kavya Singla with the rebound. Kavya spots up for a 2. And that's Kavya with the jumper. Dropping it inside to Steffi. Steffi in traffic to Divyani. A wayward attempt there. Kavya had the rebound, but Divyani was quick to come and steal it from Kavya's hands to Vandana Arya this time. And Vandana nails that one. That bucket is as good as gold. 2 points for the Stars. dropping it inside, but in traffic. Vandana Arya is the one who got the benefit of Kanika's pass. And this time, Steffi couldn't drop it in, so that was Kavya who had the rebound. Kochi ball, Divyani. Rebound pulled down by Steffi. Challenge there by Kavya. The Queens concede a foul this time. Steffi goes to the free throw line. Picks up a point for the Kochi Stars, giving them the third point. That is Steffi the Albatross Nixon. Kritika Dhingra for a 2. Hits the front of the ring and drops out. Kavya picks it up and off the glass she goes, giving them another point. Scores are level this time. That's Kanishka there picking up a point with a bank shot. Divyani is quick to try to intercept. Now Kanishka Der's opportunity to steal the ball, and she does that. Very well done. Great defensive efforts by the Kochi Stars. Kanishka Der turns around in traffic. That's Steffi Nixon. Drawing another foul. Steffi will go to the free throw line again. Nails that. It's a 5th point for the Kochi Stars. Kritika Dhingra with a hook shot, but no, it's a little too short. Needed a little more elevation there and a little higher off the glass. But Vandana Arya tries to go off a screen set by Steffi. And yes, this one is good. Priya Goswami, Kritika Dhingra, in fact. Kritika for a 2. Vandana Arya drops it inside to Steffi. .6:24 on the clock. And that's a timeout. And that's the league commissioner, Mr. Rohit Bakshi, enjoying the music and the ball. The man behind this all. 3BL is India's first and only 3x3 pro basketball league. It's now an Olympic sport, in fact, after it's made its debut in Tokyo 2020. It will feature in the Commonwealth Games later on this year, 2022, and will become a permanent fixture in 2024 Olympics to be held at Paris. It's the fastest and most exciting urban sport in the world. From the street to the Olympics, 3BL gives India a shot at not just fielding a team, but also an opportunity to win gold at the Olympics. Vandana Arya. .3BL will act as a feeder system to the Indian 3x3 basketball program, and this league has provided a platform for many such talent from all over the country. Talent picked up in tryouts held all over India. Many unknown faces having carved a niche for themselves in this very league that you are watching. Vandana Arya attempting a 2. And there's a tussle for the rebound, and the best of it was taken by Kochi Stars. And Steffi added 1 to her team's total and replied in return very emphatically. Kritika Dhingra's 2. So their scores are once again level. Spins, turns in traffic. Steffi, the Albatross, nails it and picks a free throw in the process. That's another foul to the Queens. At this rate, with 5:22 on the clock, the Queens could get into foul trouble if they don't check themselves early on right now. Steffi Nixon made that 9th point for them. That was Kritika Dhingra who couldn't make it. Kanishka Dir. Kanishka all the way to the hoop. A left layup off the glass, dropped right in, giving them the 10th point. This time, Kritika Dhingra for it too. Priya Goswami pulls down the rebound. A ball is out of bounds. 4:54 on the clock. And the Kochi Stars lead by 3. These two teams have qualified for the semi-final. They are now playing for the top spot in their pool. Both teams will try to vie for the top spot because that would give them an opportunity, if the Delhi Divas win the next round, to make sure that they don't face the Delhi Divas in the semi-final. They'd rather go against a 3-time, 3-round champion up in the final. Switched on. 4 minutes 39 on the clock. Kanishka there to take a free throw. Nails it. The 11th point for the Stars. Finding the open man, Kritika. Kritika makes sure it's nothing but net and gives her the 8th point for her team. Divyani splitting the defense. Four minutes 24 on the clock. Divyani Gangwal. 12 points to the Kochi Stars. Trailing by 4 is the Queens. And this time, Kanika Rajawat's shot was blocked by Steffi. 4 minutes 19 on the clock. Kavya. The Queens have added their 6th foul to their kitty, and it's not going to look good if they pick up the next foul. It's 2 free throws to the Stars. The 7th, 8th and 9th will give the opponents 2 free throws, and 10 and upwards is going to give them 2 free throws and a ball possession. Something that they should hope to avoid, especially with a team like the Stars, because we have known that the Stars are known to eliminate teams with their free throws. You can't forget the couple of overtime games that the Kochi Stars played against Delhi, and in overtime it was the free throws from Steffi that killed the team. Rebounded Priya Goswami with the ball. Trailing by 3, the Queens. Drops it to the open man inside. That ball movement there made sure that came all the way back, but they didn't keep an eye out for the shot clock violation, and that is exactly what happened. Divyani for a 2. And she sinks it. Nothing but net for Divyani, giving Kochi Stars a 13th point. Divyani has played a valuable game for the Kochi. Like we said earlier, not just his cut work, but does everything possible. And a turnaround jumper by the Queens fetches them their 10th point. Steffi in traffic, challenged by not just Priya, but also Kavya. Priya Goswami takes it all the way around, but that one is a little too short, didn't quite make it. This time Kanishka Dheer spotting up for a 2, rebounded by Priya and out. Ball is out of bounds, 3 minutes 8 on the clock. And that 2 is no good. Rebound pulled down and attempted there, but a foul has been conceded. So this is exactly what they should have been wary about. The 7th foul has come. So Kanishka Dheer is going to the free throw line for 2 free throws, and she was smart enough to verify with the referee that's 2 my way, while the referee had to check back and say, yes, 1 becomes 2 this time. 2:52 on the clock, and the first one is good for the Kochi Stars, a 14th point coming, and they have another opportunity to make it 15. Kanishka Dheer not able to make it. A 4-point deficit is what the Ludhiana Queens are facing, and a hustle there. Make sure the Queens have the ball. Kritika Dhingra for a 2 from beyond the arc. Kavya hustling for the defense, but the albatross was there. She had a piece of that ball. Kavya in traffic, manages to hold possession. Checked there by Steffi. Nice block, great defensive efforts. Vandana Arya. Kanishka. Even though she missed it, it was now Kritika who went inside, picked the ball out and came back out and spotted up for a 2 once again for Kritika Dhingra, adding 2. That's 12 points for the Queens. She brings it within striking distance. All they need is another 2 to level scores, or a couple of 1-pointers. Better if they have 2s, because there's just 2 minutes and 9 on the clock, and they can take this away from the Kochi Stars if they push hard enough. Once again, a reminder is that both these teams have qualified for the semi-final already. It's a matter of pool placings, which will ensure whether they play in semi-final 1 or semi-final 2. Yet it is always nice to go with a perfect record of pulling off 2 victories in the league phase. That's what they would be looking for. Kritika forcing another 2 hits the front of the ring, comes back out. Divyani with the rebound and pulls up for a jumper from near the free throw line. She couldn't sink it. The tattoo shot. Kanika Rajawat with the ball this time beyond the arc. Spins, turns, hesitates, and that's a turnover almost, but saved by Priya Goswami. Another hesitation move, but they didn't keep their eye out on the shot clock and they violated it. That was a whistle there. A little frustrated with that attempt. Minute and 41 on the clock. Kochi Stars lead by 2. Kochi ball. Divyani Gangwal for the Kochi Stars on the free throw line. An opportunity for 2 attempts. Makes the first of 2. 15th point for the Stars coming up. And both are good. 16 points versus the Queens, who have 12. Minute and 31 on the clock. That's Kavya, who tries to muscle her way inside, but tough defensive efforts there. And Divyani Gangwal pick their pockets clean. Takes it all the way to the hoop, draws a foul in the process. Once more she will go to the free throw line, and once more she will have 2 opportunities, and once more can she sink it? This is the 9th foul that's been conceded by the Queens. And yes, 1 of 2 is good for the moment. And the second one comes right out. Steffi Nixon is there to pick it up for her team. And this time Kanishka there spots up, pulls up for a jumper. Couldn't make it. And Divyani was there to do the scut work and challenge Kavya for the possession of the ball. But it is going to be the Queen's ball. Minute and 12. Kritika Dhingra drops it to Kavya. Kavya off the board, lays a light one in and picks up the 13th point. They are 4 points behind. And this is Divyani in and out. Kanika Rajawat gives it to Kavya. Kavya spins, turns, gives it to a cutting Kanika, who finds the ring and sinks one in. 14 points to them. Steffi, the albatross, to the hoop, fouled in the process. And Steffi Nixon will find the opportunity to score 2 points and also take ball possession. This is exactly what we were talking about. 10th foul and upwards will give the team two opportunities to score free throws as well as a ball position. This is not something that most teams should want, but it is what it is. 41 seconds remaining and the Kochi Stars. Steffi the Albatross sank both those opportunities to make it 19-14. So Kochi Stars at this point in time look clearly in charge of the situation and look to go into the semi-finals as pool toppers, which would mean that they would be the team that will be toppers of Pool A. And Ludhiana Queens will look at playing in the second semi-final against the winners of the next game, which will be played between Delhi Divas and Jaipur Regals. Divyani Gangwal adds the 20th point, and can she ice the game? Yes, she does. 21-14 is the final score, and very, very well done by the Kochi Stars to come off with 2 victories in the league phase and sit comfortably on top of the pool table and make sure they will face the losing team of the next game. And they have been one of the most consistent sides so far, although the Ludhiana Queens did pose a good challenge here for them. They just didn't have it in them to pick up this victory. Both teams, like we said, have already qualified to the semi-final, and we are watching the highlights of this game. And that is the final score. Kochi Stars have topped Pool A 21-14 and have beaten Ludhiana Queens in the process. And the next game, which is the last league game, will be played between Delhi Divas and Jaipur Regals shortly.
Once again, Kochi Stars have proved that they are one of the most reliable teams in the league so far. They have pulled off a very, very good victory against the Ludhiana Queens, who did not make it very easy for them. 21-14 was the scoreline. And now we are going to watch the last game of the league phase, which will be played between Delhi Divas and Jaipur Regals. So let's invite the Delhi Divas. Raspreet the Fox Sidhu, jersey number 6, Khushi Alawa, jersey number 15, Ishika Chowdhury, jersey number 10, and Tavleen Bandal wearing jersey number 3. And they will be going up against Jaipur Regals. Anita Deanilator Poldure, jersey number 15, Lekna Hegde, jersey number 10, Nishita Dadich, jersey number 8, and Shaili Upadhyay wearing jersey number 9. And both teams, once again, have qualified for the semi-finals. This is to see who is going to top their pool and play in the first and the second semi-final. Let me invite both the captains for the toss. Much friendly banter between these two stalwarts. And ladies, let's play ball. May the best team win.
Delhi Divas being represented by number 15 Khushi Alawat, number 10 Ishika Chowdhury, number 6 Raspreet the Fox Sidhu, and number 3 Tavleen Kaur Bandal. Going up against them are the Jaipur Regals, number 10 Lekana Hegde, number 7 Eari Sangma is no longer there with the team. Instead, Anita Poldure wearing jersey number 15 has stepped in, number 8 Nishita Dadich, number 9 Shaili Upadhyay. Delhi Divas, 3-time, 3-round champions, 1-time runners-up check for them, will be looking up to go and pick up a couple of exciting victories here in the league as well. They picked up their first victory. This is their second game, and we can see the director of 3x3BL's league, Ms. Prerna Sharma Bakshi. She has done a lot for the women's league and supported the men as well. They have provided a brilliant platform for these kids to shine and shine bright. And that is Anita launching a 2. Ishika asking for a screen. Ishika to Raspreet, front rim, kicks it out to Ishika once again. Ishika drops it to Khushi. Khushi off the glass. Second opportunity for her. And this one, she nails, picking up the first point for the Delhi Divas. Lekna Hegde for a 2. And Lekna was there to quickly go and rush for the defense there. Good defensive efforts by the Jaipur Regals, but it is Raspreet who has the ball this time. Hesitation moves, finding the open man in Khushi. Khushi nails that one, giving them the second point. Regals are yet to score. Lekna to Anita. Anita from outside. This one is not good. Ball goes out of bounds. And this is Ishika dropping it to Raspreet. Raspreet challenged by Lekna over there. A tough shot there, but it's a little short. But another opportunity for Raspreet. Finds the opening there. Neat footwork, draws the foul, and she will find herself the wily fox. That's why we call her the fox. She knows how to make us find the best situation possible in the worst possible moments. Even though she was challenged, she found those openings, makes sure that she draws a foul and will go to the free throw line. Nails that one. That's 3 points for the Divas, while the Regals are yet to score. This is Anita Poldure who has lost the ball going up, and that was none other than Tavleen Bandal who made sure that Anita lost the ball. Tavleen has been doing a lot of hard work inside, and even though she's one of the lesser noticed players, her work has been exemplary inside. doing the scut work for her team. Raspreet spotting up for a 2. Nothing but net for the Fox. 5 points to the Divas. Shaili Upadhyay this time splits the defense, goes inside, but Tavleen Bundle makes sure she rejects that and picks the ball off Shaili's hands like candy from a kid. Raspreet dropping it to Kushi. Kushi to Tavleen. Tavleen for a jumper. Yes, this one's good. The 6 point for the Divas coming right up. Lekhna. Yes, she does. This time 2 for Lekhna. Can she carry the hot hand she had in the previous game to this game? Remains to be seen, but she has made a start. And that's Regals picking up their first points and adding 2 to their kitty. Anita Poldurek drops it inside to Nishita. Nishita squaring up against Ishika, and she puts one off the glass. That one is good one for the Regals. And Raspreet with the jumper, no good. Lekhna once again for another 2. Didn't quite have it there. Hustling there for the ball. That's Nishita who had the best of that possession and draws a foul in the process. 1 foul each. Nishita, an opportunity for the free throws, and she will get 1 this time. And you can see that in the previous game she did have a split eyebrow, and she took care of it and came back like a trooper to make sure her team had her services. That's what these girls are made of, fine metal. They will play hard, go at it, and it is all for the love of the game. Raspreet hustling Shaili. Anita Poldure will split the defense, go all the way to the hoop. Nice finger roll off the glass, fetches that 1 point, keeps them within 1 point of the game. Just trailing by 1. Lekhna asking for a screen, gives it to Anita. Anita spotting up for a jumper from inside, but it hits the front rim and bounces out. Tavleen pulls down the rebound, gives it back to Ishika. Ishika to Raspreet. Setting up a screen, Raspreet hesitation, moves inside, kicks it out to open man and Tavleen. And the ball is in Regal's possession. Lekhna decides that she'll let the ball run out rather than hold on to it and make sure they still have possession. Lekhna will sit out for a bit while Nishita, Shaili and Anita will rep the Regals. We have Tavleen, Kushi and Raspreet repping the Divas. 6:57 on the clock. Raspreet to the hoop, and that's a foul. And that's a timeout. 6:55 on the clock. Game well within reach. Regals trailing by just 1. Raspreet to the free throw line. Won't go. One of those rare opportunities where you find Raspreet not draining those free throws. But this time Ishika for a jumper. Rebound pulled down by Nishita. Nishita spins, turns high off the glass, but Raspreet pulls down the rebound and from outside spots up for a 2. This time hits the front of the ring and the ball is out of bounds. Anita to Lekhna. Lekhna loses the ball there. Tried a nifty dribble but didn't factor Nishita stepping in the way and making her lose it. Tavleen will inbound. Drops it to the open man and Kushi. Kushi was almost unchallenged over there, but she missed it. Nishita was a little slow off getting to her man, but fortunately that didn't sink in this time. Anita Poldore will take it to the hoop and she's challenged by Kushi. Nothing but the ball. Very well done. Great defensive efforts. Rejected. Anita spotting up, pulling back for a jumper that was completely off target. Tavleen bundle, giving it to Kushi. Kushi to Raspreet. Raspreet for a 2. And yes, the Fox has 2 to her credit. That's 8 points for the Divas. Ball is out of bounds. And that is Nishita who couldn't sink it, and the Divas have the ball. Dropping it inside to the open man. Kushi was a step too late to pick it up from a nice assist there. What could have been a nice assist by Raspreet. And she will check out and in comes Ishika. Anita to Lekhna. Lekhna for a 2. Oh yes, bank shot. Lekhna from downtown. 2 points to them. They trail by just 1. In traffic, pulls up for a jumper. That is Raspreet. Friendly ring there, dropped right in. Difference is 2. Lekhna to Anita. Lekhna, no, that would be Nishita. Nishita in traffic, ball stolen by Ishika. Very well done. And that is Raspreet going all the way to the hoop. Missed the first one, but she picks it up and puts it right back inside. And a second opportunity. Divas have 10. Trailing by 3 are the Regals. Ishika for an unchallenged jumper. Yes, nothing but net. Great spin on the ball. Dropped right in. Pot of gold at the end of that rainbow. Raspreet. Ball is out of bounds. Challenge there by Tavleen and Anita. 4 minutes 33 on the clock. Raspreet being the true leader, taking care of her teammate there who's been injured, stitched up. In fact, Raspreet also stitched up. Anita this time for the Regals with the ball possession. Lekhna launches a 2. Hits the front of the ring, but ball rebounded by Ishika. Ishika out to Raspreet. Raspreet tries to hustle her way in and nope, she's not able to control that attempt. Anita with the rebound this time. And with the ball possession rather. Turns around and launches a tough shot there. It's going to be Delhi ball. Ishika drops it to Tavleen. Tavleen back again to Ishika. Ishika for a jumper and yes, that one's good. That's a 12th point for the Divas, trailing by 5 are the Regals. Lekhna blocked by Tavleen. Ishika finds the open man, Tavleen. Tavleen open for a jumper and off the glass. She banks it in and fetches a 13th point for the Divas. A no-look pass to Lekna. That was shyly. Lekna in traffic, losing it. Tavleen has the better of that possession, and it is Delhi ball this time. Ishika gives it to Kushi. Kushi spots up for a jumper. Oh yes, that's money in the bank. All right, that's a 14th point for the Divas. 3 minutes 25 remaining. Raspreet checks in for Tavleen. See a section of the audience who come to enjoy the games. In fact, that is some members who have come all the way down from Delhi to support the Divas here. The children were seen taking pictures with the Delhi Divas teams, so you can see how much of support that these girls are garnering, and the 3x3 format is gaining momentum, as it should, because it is the fastest growing and one of the most exciting urban sports in the world. Anita to Lekna. Lekna, late pass there to Nishita, and Kushi was alert to make sure that she had a piece of that ball. 3:17 on the clock. 7 points deficit is what the Divas, the Regals are staring at. Divas seem well in control of the game right now. Anita banks one in. Pot of gold at the end of that rainbow. Yes, it's good. A 5-point deficit. Raspreet spots up for a jumper. Short this time. Finding the open man, that was Anita, but unfortunately Nishita could not pick up that point there. Should have been an easy one, but no, she couldn't. Raspreet for a 2. This is an air ball. 2 minutes 45 on the clock. Tavleen checks in for Kushi. Anita to Lekna. Ball out of bounds, pushed out by Raspreet. It is going to be Jaipur Regal ball. They have to realize they have only 6 seconds on the shot clock before a violation is shot clock violation is called for. 3 seconds, and Tavleen rejected that one, asking for a screen, giving it out to Ishika. Ishika, who spots up, pulls up for a jumper, hits the front of the ring. She's there to pick up a rebound, gives it to Tavleen, who's open, and Tavleen sinks that, giving the Divas a 15th point. Lekna for a 2. It's an air ball. It's Jaipur ball. Delhi ball, in fact. And that's a 2. 17th point for Delhi Divas. Anita Poldore, this time ball is lost. Very, very well done by the Delhi Divas. They are completely in control of the situation right now and making sure that they hustle for every ball, even though they have an 8-point lead with just under 2 remaining. Raspreet pulls up for a 2. Oh yes, that's a 19th point. Delhi Divas, Raspreet the Fox. Anita Pauldure tries to reply with 2. Oh yes, she does too. Regals have 2 more. These two stalwarts shredding the nets from outside. The confidence, trying to be the leaders that their teammates can look up to. On and off the court, it's not been easy, but they have been doing it so well. Ishika drops it to Tavleen. What a beautiful assist. Tavleen couldn't sink it, but very well done to find the open man there. Raspreet to the hoop. Off the glass. That's a 20th point for the Divas. All they need is one more. An opportunity to finish. Raspreet missing it. Rebound pull down. Out to Anita this time. Anita finds open man in Lekna. Lekna launches a 2. Hits the front of the ring. Comes out just a matter of time before they ice this game or the game runs out. Raspreet spots up. Gives it out to Tavleen. Tavleen will take it inside and that's a jumper. She's not able to make it. This time Lekna had the rebound. Gave it to Anita. Anita for a 2. Nope, it's the front of the ring. Hustle there. Nishita and Tavleen get into a scuffle there. And that is Nishita got the best of it and picked up a point for the Regals. And this time, that is Raspreet Sidhu. 2 more points to her. 22-12 reads the score. Very, very well done by the Delhi Divas to continue their fine run and make sure that they top their pool and make sure they go into the semi-final in style. Raspreet Sidhu. And these are the highlights of this game. We have the first semi-final that will be played between Kochi Stars and Jaipur Regals, and the second semi-final will be played between Delhi Divas and Ludhiana Queens. And of course, the winners of these semi-final will square up in the final. But that stage, the knockout stage, will come to you tomorrow. And today, we will be back later in the afternoon with the men's league format, wherein we have both the conferences vying to make sure who is going to remain in and go into the knockout format. 4 teams will get eliminated by the end of the day in the men's conferences. So there is no longer a Conference A and a Conference B, just 4 pools, and it will be so super exciting. Be sure to come back at 4 p.m. and tune into Sony Live or 3x3BL's YouTube channel or FIBA 3x3 YouTube channel, and you can catch live action from there. You have just witnessed the league phase of round 6 for the Women's League 2022 of 3x3BL, and tomorrow we'll be back to you at 9 a.m. at the 3x3BL's YouTube channel or the FIBA 3x3 channel, wherein we will be showing you the semi-final and the final for the Women's League 2022, and we will see who will be crowned champion of this season, and the winner will have an opportunity to play in the Asian 3x3 tournament. And that's the final score. Delhi Divas have beaten Jaipur Regals 22-12, and what a game and what a day it has been. Very, very exciting. So we will be back this afternoon with the men's league, the final round starting. Be sure and stay tuned. Come back and join us at 4 p.m. Thank you for watching.